Hi, welcome. This is Andersen Opus 33, number 19. This is a pretty one that we get to take all of the lessons of the previous etudes and apply them to this one. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to have fun with it, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about the specifics of the 30-second note passages and other things that we can find in this study. Here's number 19. Let me do that again. All right, I tried to get through it. It's really difficult. So let's start there at the end with the 30-second notes. This is the high F. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 before the end. So as you can see, we have eighth notes and then 30-second notes and then quarter notes. So play and think in the lowest common denominator. We can play 30-second notes while all of the other longer notes are being played. So then we have a sextuplet, a septuplet at the end. And in order to play that comes in the space of one eighth note. So the eighth note pulses. And all of those six notes have to be done in the space of one eighth note. As you could hear, what I did was I played all of those figures, even though we have notes in between. I just played the first note of where the eighth note is supposed to be placed. Horrible sentence, but I'll play it to demonstrate. 2 Fs, that's where the first two eighth notes go, and then 2 E flats, or 3 E flats, because it's a quarter note tied to another eighth note. So we have actual 3 eighth notes, 3 E flats. That's how fast at that tempo of eighth note pulse, those sextuplets, 32nd note sextuplet, it's supposed to be. So why not start from 10 before the end and go through the whole thing like that? Then all of those are triplets, of course, on the downbeat. That's one way to solve that problem. We have a interesting dynamic challenge in that same section because we start with fortissimo, or forte. And then we go to piano. So if you're really paying attention to the text underneath, it's more than just wiggling your fingers in the right time. That's just the rhythmic challenge. The musical challenge, the dynamic challenge, is to be able to control those sounds without losing your tempo. And like a rocket, that sextuplet, you go all the way up to the high F. But pay close attention to the dynamics. For example, in the last four measures, you have those triplets, but there's a constant crescendo underneath. So by the time you get to the F sharp and that long C, you can put all of your energy and make that the most focused low note that you can. Ah, and then subito piano. And I love these last three notes for all the fun that the other notes give us. Playing a low E flat, pianissimo, with the tiniest narrow vibrato that's controlled is so difficult and so rewarding when you finally get there. If your vibrato is too big for this dynamic, it'll sound choppy. So match your vibrato to the dynamic. I'll give you a visual example. Let's say your sound is this big. Let's say mezzo forte. A forte would be this big, a piano would be this small. So your vibrato has to fit within that space. Let's say this is the mezzo forte. Then your vibrato is a fluctuation of pitch, right? Make sure the pitch doesn't go too wide above and below the actual dynamic of the sound. Otherwise, your notes will crack or the vibrato will sound choppy. Here's a good example. We don't want that. That's an uncontrolled vibrato. Narrow the vibrato so that it fits inside of that beautiful tone. This nice little shimmer of sound to keep the note alive, even though it's at a softer dynamic, piano dynamic. And consentimento, make it meaningful and beautiful. And it shouldn't be too stressful to go through this one. You should just go, as you're playing through the book, once you finish the entire thing, just go, here's the pretty one. And then you can enjoy being a flute player. That's my goal for you guys. All right, well, enjoy. Happy practicing. Take care.